Good afternoon and welcome to Campus West for Game 2 of an exciting softball doubleheader between the Chapman University Panthers and the University of La Verne Leopards. The Leopards dominated the entire game, only to give up 2 runs on an error in the final inning of Game 1. They will look to continue their momentum and try to repeat their performance in Game 2. I'm Christopher Livingston alongside is Tyler Batrick.
Good afternoon, Chris. Looks like we got a good one brewing here. And it looks like first pitch is about to kick off, and here we go.
Elisa Ponce on the mound as she gets ready for the first pitch.
And it's, and snap throw to first, and she is safe. I need the other one.
She had attempted a bunt there and took a strike. A ball, correct. As we get ready for the next pitch. It's a miss. Throws to second. We've got a runner on second now. Lisa Ponce gets ready for the 1-1 pitch. Off to the outside, ball. That's Foisey on base. So that's a correction. It is now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's a pitch. Ball 2. Lisa Ponce, senior with the pitch. There's a bunt up, and it is caught.
Oh, what a play.
For an out.
And she eats it and keeps it. 1 away.
That was a nice attempt at a bunt. However, it just popped up and allowed the catcher to make the grab.
I got to say, that's a really tough play because you're coming out of that crouch and anything goes. So making that dive out of that crouch, I got to say, that's really impressive.
It takes a lot of lower body strength to be able to make that move.
No, got to do them squats.
Up next to bat is Kristen Weiser. There's the pitch. Low for the ball. Laverne trying to keep the runner at second, preventing any further base running. Lisa Ponce gets ready for her next pitch. 1 ball, 1 out. And here's the pitch. It is hit to the right for a foul. Lisa Ponce, a senior, right-handed thrower from El Monte, has had 11 starts, 6 wins, 2 losses thus far this season.
And some very good numbers to add. Oh!
As she hits it low, it's dribbled, and the runner advances to first. So Weiser gets a nice little hit there.
That's a rough little play right there. It's kind of through the 5.5 hole, but I feel like you got to make that play if it hits the glove.
I was always taught if you can touch it, you can catch it. But then again, that ball looked like it was bounced around quite a bit.
Oh yeah, it's a rough play.
Now batting, number 24, Hope Ballard.
Hope Ballard at the plate now.
Lisa Ponce with the pitch. Outside for the strike. Outside corner. Here's the pitch. Swing on and miss. 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on first and second. Hope Ballard is a junior from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Plays outfield. There's the pitch. Outside ball.
Ponce needs to be careful with Ballard because she's hitting a stellar 343 right now, and she could hurt you in just about any situation. So you can't have anything that catches too much of the plate.
Very true. It's always a chess match between the pitcher and the hitter as Ponce throws it, swung on and miss.
Oh, that's just some straight up ched
And
right
that
there.
is a strikeout.
First strikeout of the game for Ponce right here.
Ponce trying to minimize any
Now
sort of
batting number
damage with a
33
runner
is
on
Samantha
second and
Tong.
first. Up next to bat is Samantha Tong, infielder. There's the pitch. Low, and they throw it to third, and it is missed.
Oh my.
The ball bounces
And down goes the
downfield.
umpire, and the run scores for Chapman, 1-0.
Outfielder, the umpire took a little bit of a hit there. It looks like he's all right.
He's gonna feel that one in the morning, Chris. All part of the job, though.
As you look at the replay, ball bounces around. Oh, the umpire kind of tripped. As the runner is able to make the run to put Chapman in the lead right now as Ponce pitches. Outside corner for the strike.
Going back to that last play, that's a good thing that Mendoza was backing up the third baseman there. Otherwise, that could have been even bigger trouble.
That was held Kristen Weiser only to second to prevent any further damage. Ball to the outside. As a Ponce with the pitch. Swung on, miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces are wild here in the first. As Ponce gets ready for her next pitch. Swung, tipped, and it a foul.
Ah, she's right on.
Chapman trying to be a little aggressive with their hitting right now.
Very much so. In this situation, you got to be really aggressive, but not too aggressive, where you swing at a bad pitch. You got to be protective. Anything that's close will be called a strike in this situation.
There's a pitch hit up and to left, and it is going to be caught for the out, and that'll retire the side.
It is 1-0 Chapman as the Leopards get their first at-bats.
You're watching SkyX Softball on LVTV 3 Laverne Community Television. As now the Leopards are going to prepare to take the field. That aggressive offense that they have, able to put up 7 runs in the previous game.
We'd like to remind fans that we are playing bingo.
Pitching
again here.
for Chapman is
We're looking for the first 2 winners with 5 in a row and with all 4 corners.
Sarah Hartman from Dana Point, California. She pitches right-handed. She's a sophomore.
We want to thank you for your support today of the NSCA's track all campus.
Little info on Sarah Hartman. She's got a 3.66 ERA with a win-loss of 6-4. She started 8 games and completed 3 of them with 57.1 innings pitched and 18 Ks on the season.
And she will get the call in Game 2 to take on this powerful and very aggressive Laverne offense.
Doesn't seem like she has swing and miss stuff, but I feel like defense is going to be a key for her as Laverne will be putting the ball in play today.
Up first to bat for Laverne will be Carly Condon. She went 2 for 3 in Game 1. So we get ready to begin the bottom of the first with Chapman University up 1-0 over Laverne. As Carly Condon gets ready to step up to the play with California Love playing in the background.
Condon's hitting 250 coming into today's game, and she's quite the speedster with.
There's the pitch, outside for a ball.
Condon has 8 stolen bases on the season, so if she gets on, she is a threat to go at any time.
Very much so. As Hartman gets ready for the pitch, hit into short. And that is 1 out. Nice liner right into the glove.
The second baseman. Hey, that's a rough break right there. Sometimes even when you square it up perfectly, it just finds the glove.
It is, but at the same, as we look at the replay.
Up now is Michaela Mendoza, the the shortstop for the University of La Verne.
We get ready. There's the pitch. Low for a ball. Michaela Mendoza went.
She did not play.
She did not play in game 1. So
But
she's got a fresh bat up at the plate, ready to make some damage.
She may not have played in that first game, Chris, but she is hitting the ball well. She is currently hitting .318.
As there's the outside.
And it's always good when you have that batting average over 300. That is a nice, great batting average to have.
As Hartman gets ready for her next pitch. Winds up. Inside.
Down the third base line.
For a foul. As we've mentioned, Tyler, it can be pretty hard to pitch against this Laverne offense. They're so aggressive at the plate, and they can hit that ball, and they can hit it far and hard.
Very much so, Chris. Laverne is a very much a offense-first team as
they hit
Mendoza
it to shortstop.
Up the middle.
Caught and out at first.
2 away.
The aggressiveness is not paying off thus far in the first inning. But great fielding from Chapman University.
As Justice Borden steps in.
Now batting for the Leopards, number 28, Justice Borden.
Borden having a pretty solid season, hitting .273 with 4 doubles, slugging .345.
Outside corner for 1 strike. Borden, not having the best day, went 0 for 3 in game 1. Looking to try and add some hits today. Hartman pitches. Low for the ball. Hartman gets ready for her 7th pitch. Inside corner for the strike.
Borden, a sophomore out of Victorville, California.
Plays third base. Here's the pitch. Outside for the ball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here at the bottom of the first inning. There's the pitch. Outside ticked for the foul.
Oh, what's going on here?
Might be some confusion. Now got full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. There's the pitch from Hartman. Hit into right
no man's
field.
land and drops in front of the right fielder, and it gets away.
As Borden's going to run and get to second base for a nice double.
That ball was honestly placed perfectly. It's in that no man's land between second base and right field, and none of them got it.
It just kind of floated up there for a bit. As you can see in the replay, it just hung up there. You would have thought that someone would have made the grab, but the ball bounces and gives Borden a chance to run all the way to second.
It's all about that defensive positioning. No matter how good of a fielder you are, it's tough to get that play.
It's Catherine Navarro up to the plate for ball 1. There's a pitch ticked for a foul, almost grabbed by the catcher.
For Borden, that is her 5th double on the season.
Greatly needed as Laverne's offense has kind of been stale here in the first inning.
Big opportunity now, though. We got runner in scoring position.
And with a big hitter with Catherine Navarro. There's the pitch. Hits it past shortstop into outfield, and she's going to score Borden. As Navarro's going to run for second to try and she's safe.
Wow.
Nice hit by Catherine Navarro.
And Navarro comes up clutch again. She is by far been the most clutch player on the Laverne roster all season, and she has come through again, driving in the first run for the University of La Verne Leopards.
Hit a nice line drive grounder into shortstop.
Gorgeous hit right through the 5.5 hole that Tony Gwynn made ever so famous.
Angelica D'Angelo at the plate, takes ball one. D'Angelo went 1 for 3 in game one. As Hartman gets ready for the pitch. Inside, and it is hit deep into left, and it is caught just in the warning track for the third out to retire the side and end the inning.
The Leopards get 1 run on 2 hits, but
So
hey, we're tied. And
at the end of the first inning, the score is tied 1-1. You're watching SkyX Softball on LVTV 3 Laverne Community Television.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck.
So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Welcome back to Campus West for the second inning of Game 2 of this softball doubleheader between the Chapman University Panthers and the University of La Verne Leopards. The score currently tied at 1, as Chapman was able to end the inning on an amazing grab into outfield. What would you say, Tyler?
hey, that's just a big league hang with him right there. You strike the ball super hard into left field, but the defender makes an amazing catch to end the inning.
I was pretty sure he was going to go out. I was excited to call gone, but
I guess the wind must have been blowing in.
Chapman kind of ruined that party there for Laverne.
Hey, we still got a long game to go here. Anything can happen.
So Lisa Ponce gets ready to retake the mound to begin the second inning.
Leading off for Chapman, number 21, Vanessa Gillis.
Vanessa Gillis up to bat for the Chapman University Panthers.
Looks like the 230s here, Chris.
As there's the pitch, low for the ball.
Gillis is having quite a rough season so far. She's currently batting .227, just barely above that Mendoza line. Looking to change her fortunes here.
Ponce with the pitch, inside for the ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ponce gets ready for her next pitch. High outside for ball 2. Ponce pitching her 18th pitch now. Ticked and foul. Vanessa Gillis, sophomore, plays the infield.
Out of San Rafael, California, sophomore.
There's the pitch. Low for a ball.
Just missed. In my opinion, that hit the corner, but 2 full count.
3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs as Elisa Ponce gets ready for another pitch. Hit into center field for the single. Drilled that directly past the second baseman and shortstop, directly into the LV.
And with that, Gillis has her first hit of the day.
As Ponce gives up her second hit of the day.
Now batting number 5, Jordan Crone.
Jordan Crone up to bat. Lisa Ponce trying to minimize any further scoring from Chapman. Here's the pitch. Down the middle for a strike.
Crone hitting .258 on the season. And 31 at-bats, slugging .387. So she is no pushover at the plate as she swings and misses.
Swung on and missed. Two strikes, no outs, runner on first. Ponce gets ready for the windup in the pitch. Outside for a ball. Ponce gets ready. Pitch, ticked on, hit on, foul.
Ponce needs to be careful here. She doesn't want to get too much at the plate here, otherwise she'll find herself in trouble like she did in the first inning.
Crone, who also didn't play in game one, getting her shot to contribute. Hits it low to third. Borden with the grab, and that'll advance the runner. You got a runner on first and second. Oh, foul ball, correction. One ball, two strikes, no outs. Here's the pitch. Outside for the ball.
I feel like Ponce has to come in now because she has thrown the ball away and trying to make the batter chase, but now I feel like she has to come in. So
hit on foul.
You don't want to get to 3-2, Chris. That is never a comfortable situation to be in if you're a pitcher.
Definitely not, and especially when you have a runner already on base. Ponce gets ready for her 24th pitch. There it is, high for ball three. Full count. No outs. Score tied 1-1 here in the bottom, at the top of the second.
For Crone, she should be getting a really good pitch to hit right here, as Ponce doesn't want to walk her to put two runners on.
And she hits it deep into right. Foul. Had some good contact there and just not able to keep it in the lines.
Crone's having a really good at bat here. She's making Ponce throw a lot of pitches here.
That could be a bad thing for Laverne and a good thing for Chapman. As Ponce gets ready for the next pitch. Foul. Chapman continuing their aggressiveness at the plate. Trying to swing at everything that Ponce gives them. Swung on and a miss. And there's a strikeout there for Ponce. One out.
Second K of the day for Ponce.
Up next to bat is Lagi Piccola for Chapman University, freshman catcher.
Piccola's hitting a solid crisp .292 in 13 games played so far. Looking to move that runner up.
She swings for the foul. One strike, one out, one runner on base. Ponce gets ready for her next delivery. Stretches, winds up, pitches. There's a bunt. Foul. Trying to get the sacrifice bunt to advance the runner. But it just dropped straight into the box for the foul. Ponce gets ready for pitch number 35. Pitches to the outside for a ball.
Ponce's in the catbird seat right here. She's going to want to make the batter chase here, so she's not going to throw her anything good for the next few pitches, I feel.
She has a lot going for her, being ahead of the count. As she prepares for another pitch. Right down the middle, low for a foul. right down the middle, caught the bottom of the bat, it looked like, and dropped right into the box. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ponce stretches, gets ready for the delivery. That was a little high, ticked in a foul. So what do you think of this aggressiveness that Chapman is using right now, Tyler?
Chapman is doing a really good job with their plate discipline. They're really running up Ponce's pitch count, which might hurt Laverne later in the game.
As that goes high for another ball. D'Angelo holding the base runner. As Ponce gets ready to pitch to Piccola again. There it is. Hit high into center field, and it is going to be caught just
Nice play.
inside for the second out. A nice grab, pursuit and grab by Michelle de Guzman.
Very nice grab, especially with this tough sun we have on this nice Southern California day.
The sun can definitely play a factor when you hit the ball that high. There's a pitch, foul.
Up next is Morgan Gallegos, the right fielder. Gallegos is hitting a meager 182 this season, really trying to change their fortunes against a tough pitcher in Ponce.
Check swing, that is a ball. Morgan Gallegos, another player that did not play in game 1, so Chapman's bringing everyone in to play in game 2. There's the pitch, low for the strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Score tied at 1 here at the top of the second. Ponce gets ready for another pitch, foul.
Say what you will about these Chapman batters, but they haven't made it easy for Ponce today.
Not at all. She is going up there in the pitch count, however, as she gets ready to deliver number 41. Swung on and a miss.
Straight shed.
Strikeout number 3 to retire the side. You're watching SkyX Softball on LVTV3 Laverne Community Television. As Laverne gets ready to come out and respond. Up next to bat for Laverne will be Melissa Garcia. Playing the junior who plays catcher from Norwalk, California. She's got 3 home runs, batting .288 on the game. Get ready for the bottom of the second inning. What do you think Laverne's going to have to do in the second inning?
I feel like Laverne's going to have to keep up this aggressive approach. Chapman's pitcher is obviously a pitch to contact, so you're going to have to find a nice pitch and find your pitch and just drive it. I feel like they did a good job in the first inning, but they just got unlucky with some good defensive placement.
Very true. As we get ready to begin the bottom of the second inning, Melissa Garcia up to bat. Sarah Hartman pitching pretty well. He's given up 2 hits, 1 run off of 17 pitches.
Number 8, Melissa Garcia.
As Hartman gets ready for the pitch, there's a strike. Not a bad way to get the inning going for yourself with an opening strike. Sarah Hartman gets ready again. Dangerously close inside for the ball.
Garcia hitting .286 on the season, 3 home runs, so she has some pop in that bat of hers. So, Anything over the plate might just leave this yard.
Melissa Garcia went 1 for 3 in game 1. As the pitch goes outside for ball 2. Garcia struck out once in game 1 as well. As she hits it, foul to the left. Laverne hitting a lot of grounders thus far. Hoping to try and knock one out of the park and get that momentum going.
Garcia, criminology major.
It's a pitch, and she hits it into right center field. That's going to go over the wall for
a ground rule double.
That's a way to get things going for Laverne. Ground rule double for Melissa Garcia. Up next, Sienna Kendricks to bat.
Now batting.
I smell a rally coming. No outs, and we already got a runner in scoring position. I feel like this is going to be a good inning for Laverne right here.
Laverne thrives in this inning, as in game 1 they were able to get 3 runs on the board at the bottom of the second in game 1.
For the right fielder, Kendricks, she is currently hitting .219, looking to get that batting average up. It's been a bit of a struggle this season.
Running for the Leopards, number 6, Tony Lozano.
And a pinch runner at second is Tony Lozano, the speedster.
Laverne trying to use some aggressiveness, bringing in a pitch runner. As here's the first pitch. That was a nice little off-speed pitch down the middle. Strike 1. Currently, we are having issues with our replay up here in the booth as we look, and a runner advances to third. Tony Lozano able to advance to third base to put a pressure situation in on Sarah Hartman.
For Lozano, that is her first collegiate stolen base, so congratulations to her. This has to be a big moment for her.
There's a hit, foul. Sienna Kendricks trying to be aggressive to bring Lozano home to add another run and to bring Laverne into the lead. One ball, 2 strikes, no outs, runner on third for Laverne.
Infield is in for Chapman, trying to nail that runner at the plate. Up and in.
Inside, ball 2. Chapman inside trying to pick up any sort of ground ball that might come to them to prevent any sort of damage, as Kendricks hits it right in that gap into left field to score Lozano.
What a hit.
Despite moving the infield up, that did not allow Chapman to prevent Lozano from getting a score or Kendricks getting the base hit.
Laverne's really taking advantage of that 5.5 hole that I talked about earlier. That spot in between the third baseman and the shortstop. If they can keep hitting it there, they will have a very good day, as that is pretty much a no man's land for the defense.
As Hartman pitches to the outside for ball 1 to Michelle de Guzman, second baseman.
And the catcher's having a little conference with the pitcher, probably discussing what they're going to do for dinner afterwards. Don't you think, Chris?
I don't know if that's the right topic to be talking about at the moment, but yeah, sure.
It's always the right topic to talk about food, no matter when.
Hartman pitches, swung on and missed by de Guzman. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs for Laverne. De Guzman went 1 for 3 in game 1, looking to add on to that in game 2.
Speaking of food, Chris, what's your favorite ballpark treat?
Oh, well, right now, if that's a home run, I'm going to like that, but it's not. Caught in the left field. De Guzman hits a high fly ball into left for the out. The first out on the board for Laverne in the second.
Now batting for the Leopards, left fielder number 7, Rachel Ogata.
Left fielder Rachel Ogata up to bat. She went 1 for 3 in game 1. As Sarah Hartman gets ready for pitch number 31. There's a bunt to advance the runners, and it's going to be called out at first.
Even though she was out there, Chris, that was a perfectly placed bunt that moved the runner into scoring position. Laverne's in striking position again.
Now batting for the Leopards,
Sacrifice bunt to advance Sienna Kendricks to second as
Carly
Carly Condon makes a return to the plate.
Lined out in her first appearance, but looking to drive in that run right here.
Carly Condon hit a liner right into the second baseman's glove. They're getting ready to pitch and then stopped. As Condon gets ready to step into the box. And get ready for her at-bat. There's a pitch, low and outside, and it's going to be a wild pitch as Sienna Kendricks is going to advance to third. Bad luck
Very rough break for Chapman right there.
for Piccola, who kind of dribbled the ball there at the that low pitch and allowed Sienna Kendricks to advance to third.
Honestly, you can't really put that on the catcher, though. That's a tough play. She did the right thing by getting down and putting your chest protector in front of it, low and away. Oh,
And another wild pitch as Kendricks in advance. And she's going to be called out at home plate to end the inning.
rough break for the Leos right there as we go into the top of the third inning.
So at the end of the second inning, the score is Laverne Leopards 2, University of Chapman Panthers 1. You're watching SkyX Softball on LVTV 3, Laverne Community Television.
My sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Welcome back to Campus West for Game 2 of this exciting doubleheader between the Laverne Leopards and the University of Chapman Panthers. Laverne currently up 2-1 as we get ready to begin the top of the third inning. A pretty dramatic ending to the bottom of the second as Sienna Kendricks was called at home trying to steal the plate after a wild pitch. So Lisa Ponce gets ready to take the mound to prepare for another inning.
For Ponce, she can't get too relaxed up there, even though she has the lead now. I feel like now she has to be even more aggressive and be more on her game.
The Panthers, number 6, Horsey.
As soon as you start feeling too comfortable with the lead, that's when things go wrong for you.
Michaela Foisey back up to bat as there's the pitch. And she's going to hit that into left field to be caught by the shortstop for the out.
Nice little play by the shortstop there.
Now batting number 28, Brianna Geving.
Brianna Geving gets ready to take the plate. As Ponce winds up, here's the pitch. Foul. Geving has gone 0 for 1 thus far. Ponce gets ready for the pitch. That's going to be hit into center field for the base hit. Straight shot into the LV.
And that's the way you do it, Chris. Always try to hit the ball up the middle. Because usually, unless they have a shift on, you cannot get hurt there.
Just when you thought Elisa Ponce was going to try and get out of a quick inning.
I must say, for Ponce, though, she has worked her way out of some trouble earlier today, and I'm feeling confident that she can do it again here.
She gets ready for pitch number 49. Outside for a ball. As Ponce gets ready for another pitch. It's a bunt. And the runner is going to advance to second, but it's going to be called a foul. So a lot of patience there by Laverne, trying to watch that ball roll foul. So and she gets the bunt, but it just dribbles there, and Laverne just watches the ball roll foul. So a big break there.
Smart move by Laverne, because if that ball stays in play, then they got a runner at third and a runner at first.
As there's a pitch, hit straight into first, to second, back to first for a double play.
Taylor made.
Great fielding to retire the side. You're watching SkyX Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. So we get ready to enter the bottom of the third inning, with Laverne winning 2-1 over Chapman. That double play ball went directly to first base, and then enough time for the first and second baseman to throw the ball back and forth to each other to get that double play. Great fielding and great teamwork by Laverne.
It's all about that turn at first base. It's tough for a right-handed first baseman because if you're lefty, you just turn to your right and bam, just fire the ball. But as a right-handed first baseman, you have to turn all the way around and fire, and that's a great job right there to get that ball out quickly to double up the runners.
Sarah Hartman gets ready to begin the inning once again. So it's been a pretty dramatic beginning to this game thus far. It's been very close, and both teams have been able to really capitalize on good fielding.
Leading off for Laverne, center fielder, number 1.
As Carly Condon returns to the plate. She was up to bat in the last inning. However, a nice call at home plate off of a wild pitch, an attempt to steal by Sienna Kendricks, ended the inning and ended Carly Condon's at-bat. There's a pitch. Low for ball 1. .30 pitches thrown thus far by Sarah Hartman. 4 hits, 2 runs. Low and outside for ball 2.
Although Hartman is losing right now, she is being very efficient with her pitch count. She could very well finish this game if she is sharp for the rest of it.
She gets ready for another pitch. There's a bunt by Condon. Is Condon going to beat them to the races? And she does.
Not even close. Not a chance by Chapman there. Beautifully placed bunt by Condon right there. Nothing beats a drag bunt that's placed to perfection right there.
Good use of speed to advance on a bunt to first base. As Michaela Mendoza, the shortstop, comes up to bat. She went 0 for 1 at her first at-bat. Here's Hartman's pitch. Another bunt as Condon's going to advance to second, and Mendoza's going to get called out at first.
Great job by Mendoza there. The bunt is definitely a lost art form, I feel, in baseball and softball alike. So, gorgeous fundamentals.
Well, there's a lot of risk at play when you bunt. But that time Chapman was ready. As Justice Borden gets ready to go at it. She went 1 for 1. There's a called strike on an off-speed pitch down the middle. One strike, one out as Sarah Hartman gets ready for another pitch. She winds up, there it is, high for the ball.
Chapman needs to be on their toes here because Condon is a speedster. She could take third at any moment, but Condon also needs to be aware that she could be caught at third. Foul ball. She could be caught at third, and nobody wants to make an out at third. That's one of the biggest sins in baseball or softball, making an out at third.
Condon's pretty confident in her base running to be able to steal bases, to be able to advance. Now that she's in scoring position, all she needs is a good base hit into the outfield to advance and add another point on the board for Laverne as Hartman gets ready for another pitch. Inside, dangerously close for a ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Laverne currently leading 2-1 here at the bottom of the 3rd inning. There's the pitch, and Borden's going to hit that foul to the left.
Just a bit out in front of that one.
Almost had that. That's the second close call that Laverne's had out there in the outfield. As Hartman gets ready for the pitch, and that one's going to go into right, and that's going to be caught for the out. And Carly Condon is going to advance to third. So a nice hit by Borden, but it's caught into right field and allowed Carly Condon to tag out and advance to third.
Laverne's playing very good fundamental baseball here. Sure, they have 2 outs, but they managed to move that runner to third from first. With their big gun coming up right now in Kathleen Navarro.
Catherine Navarro, who has gone 1 for 1 thus far, as that ball's going to be outside for ball 1.
Navarro has really been on it this year. 9 home runs, so.
Currently leads Skyak in home runs, Tyler. So
wow.
She's definitely a power hitter. She went 3 for 4 in game 1.
We could definitely use a home run here.
As she hits that one deep into left center field off the wall. And Carly Condon is going to advance and score. And Catherine Navarro is going to turn that into a single.
Man, if that fence was just a bit lower, that would have been her 10th of the year. But for now, that just stands as a long single. But manages to score Condon to.
You could hear it was a beautiful hit. Ball sailed just short of the yellow on the wall. Went low. I'm going to allow Carly Condon to advance easily from third base to get the run. As Hartman pitches for the strike, and they hold Navarro to first.
The lead is now 3-1, Laverne Leopards.
Angelica D'Angelo back up to hit. She went 0 for 1 in the first inning. As Sarah Hartman gets ready for pitch number 43. Down the middle, swung on miss, strike 2.
I should mention that both teams are wearing pink uniforms for this game for their strikeout cancer event.
Always a great way to combat cancer. As there's the pitch, dangerously inside for ball 1. D'Angelo has kind of leaned back to avoid getting hit by that pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And D'Angelo's going to hit that to third, and she's going to be thrown out at first, and that'll end the inning. So at the end of the 3rd inning, the score is Laverne Leopards 3, University of Chapman Panthers 1. You're watching Skyak Softball on LVTV 3, Laverne Community Television.
serving the nation's poor and vulnerable regardless of faith, and advocating on their behalf. We are Catholic Charities.
And welcome back to Campus West for Game 2 of this exciting softball doubleheader between the Laverne Leopards and the University of Chapman Panthers. Laverne currently leading 3-1 as we get ready to enter the top of the 4th inning. What have you seen thus far, Tyler?
What I've seen is a very aggressive University of La Verne team. They're attacking early in the count, and it is actually paying off for them, and they're getting some hard-hit balls into the gap.
Laverne has been very fortunate to get some really good hits to advance their runners. Chapman was has been aggressive thus far. It paid off in the first inning, but it hasn't done yet since. So you got to think they're going to try and continue that aggressiveness and try and get some more runs on the board.
Very much so, Chris. I feel they'll be attacking Ponce on earlier counts now. They've driven her pitch count up, but it hasn't worked so far. Now I feel like now they should change tact and start attacking early in the count.
So Lisa Ponce gets ready. She goes up against Ballard. There's a pitch outside, swung on, miss.
Third baseman creeping in, playing the bunt.
As Ballard swung on that one, it looked like it was going to easily be a ball, but taking that aggressiveness. Ponce pitches outside. Strike 2. Ponce, 51 pitches thus far in this game. She has been able to really regulate her pitches in these last couple innings. After throwing 40 in the first 2 innings, she pitches again. Outside for a ball.
The thing about softball is it's a little different than baseball. In baseball, once you hit that 100 pitch mark, you're just about done. But softball, with that underhand motion, you can go a little bit longer. It's kind of like old-timey baseball. You keep going. You don't need a relief pitcher until fly ball to third. Caught by the third baseman. 1 away.
Nice little hit there, but it just floated there outside and allowed Laverne to make the grab for the first out of the inning.
To put a period on that pitch count thing, usually pitchers in softball go the distance. It's like old-timey baseball. You don't use a relief pitcher until you're like literally dead on the mound from tuberculosis.
As there's the first pitch, and it's a ball to Samantha Tong. Les Ponce gets ready, winds up. That's going to go inside, and that's going to be a pop fly foul. Sounded like the ball hit the booth.
That it did, Chris.
Samantha Tong 0 for 1 on the game as Ponce pitches again, dangerously outside. Luckily, no runners on base for ball 2. As Ponce gets ready for another pitch. High down the middle for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Laverne currently leading 3-1 here at the top of the 4th. Right down the middle for strike 2. Full count.
Tong really needs to protect here.
Don't want to get another out and make it difficult for you. Ponce pitches, and the runner will advance for the walk.
And for the 4th straight inning, there has been a runner on for Chapman.
That is Ponce's first walk of the game. So she's been pitching very effectively. With 1 ball, 3 strikeouts. As Vanessa Gillis steps up to the plate. There's a pitch outside.
Gillis 1 for 1 today.
1 ball.
Looking to hoping at least move that runner up to second.
Ponce gets ready for the pitch. Hit foul. Trying to advance the runner, trying to make this game interesting. Trying to make it competitive with a 3-1 lead for Laverne. Ponce gets ready for the pitch. Down the middle, but high for ball 2.
Looks like Ponce is starting to lose her release point a little bit. Maybe she's overthrowing a little bit. She just needs to relax and trust her stuff here. Put it in the zone, trust her defense.
Gets ready, and that's going to be hit deep into left, and it's going to be caught at the warning track for the out.
Just a bit under that ball for Gillis.
A nice grab by Rachel Ogata in left field to add the second out for Laverne. That ball, another ball that looked like it was going to go out. Haven't had any home runs yet, but you can bet that they're coming. So up next is Crone. Inside, ball 1. Crone has gone 0 for 1 thus far in this game. Ponce gets ready. Down the middle, and that's going to get hit into right center field. That's going to go off the wall, and the runners are going to advance.
Looks like we got to play at the plate.
And Ballard is going for home, and she slides, and it is safe.
And with that, the Laverne lead is cut to 1 on a very close play at the plate.
Jordan Crone hit a beauty into right field, bounced off the wall, and allowed Ballard to sprint from first all the way around and to slide there at home, where the umpire called her safe to add another run for Chapman.
Rough break for Laverne there. If there was a little better throw on that relay, I think they would have had her, but the throw was a little off the line there, and with that, the catcher could not make the tag and get the out there.
So up next, the freshman Picola steps back up to the plate.
Now batting number 19, Lagi Picola.
Lagi Picola, freshman catcher from Newark, California, gets ready for another at-bat as Elisa Ponce gets ready for the pitch. Outside for a ball.
Ponce in another jam right here, looking to work out of it.
She gets ready for her 67th pitch of the game. Swung on and miss. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here at the top of the 4th inning of Game 2 of this exciting softball doubleheader. Ponce winds up, stretches, gets ready. That's going to be hit foul.
Apparently that ball was fair. Lucky break for Laverne. And that will end the top of the 4th right there.
So you are currently watching SkyX Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. I think that threw everyone off, that last hit.
Yeah, I must have hit a pebble or something, because I thought that thing was going foul as well, but it curved just slightly back into fair territory for an easy dribbler to the first baseman.
See, I initially thought that when she hit it, it bounced inside. But I guess it was in play. So very fortunate event occurring for Laverne to keep them in the lead and to allow their offense to step up and try and do some damage. As up next to hit for Laverne is Melissa Garcia, who really got things going for Laverne at her last at-bat. Sarah Hartman gets ready for another inning. She's pitched 45 times, given up 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 doubles she's given up. So she hasn't really struck out anyone, but a lot of it has been credited to the fielding of her fellow teammates in the infield.
As I said earlier, Chris, Hartman is a pitch to contact. She's not going to blow you away with her stuff. She relies on hitters getting fooled by her stuff, being out front, and hitting it to her defense. So expect to see more of the same going to the rest of the game.
Melissa Garcia hit a double play at her first at-bat. She gets ready. to have another go at it. That's going to be low for ball one. As Hartman gets ready, steps on the rubber, stretches, winds up. There's a pitch inside, and that's going to be swung on for the foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Starting to get some cloud cover over Campus West now after such a sunny beginning to the game. As Hartman gets ready for the pitch, down the middle, and that's going to be hit right into center field for the out.
That defense was well positioned there.
Miss Garcia hit that directly into the glove of Ballard. Ballard, who had a huge fourth inning with that huge run from first all the way to home to put on another run for Chapman.
In steps Sienna Kendricks.
Sienna Kendricks steps up to the plate.
1 for 1 today.
It's going to be out inside for a ball. Kendricks, who was called out at the plate when she was a base runner. There's a pitch, and Kendricks is going to hit that foul into the right.
Almost into the right field bullpen.
So as everyone gets reset, Sarah Hartman gets ready for another pitch. She's pitched 48 times thus far. Here's number 49, right down the middle, and Kendricks is going to hit that, and that is going to go and that's going to ground into left field for the base hit. Very similar to what she did at her last at-bat.
And that's probably about the 3rd or 4th hit through that 5.5 hole I mentioned earlier.
That has been a dangerous area for Chapman infielders and a sweet spot for the Laverne offense.
Second baseman, number 15.
As Michelle de Guzman, second basewoman, steps up to the plate for another go. She went 0 for 1 thus far in this game.
If I was Chapman here, I'd be looking for a bunt.
And that is right down the middle for strike 1.
Laverne's been playing quite conservative when it comes to moving runners. They've been using the sacrifice bunt at least 2 or 3 times this game, and I'd expect it to see it here.
As Sarah Hartman gets ready for the pitch, swung on and miss. And Picola holds Sienna Kendricks at first. 2 strikes, 1 out for Michelle de Guzman. As she gets ready, there's Hartman's pitch. High for ball 1.
I feel Hartman's going to nibble on the next couple pitches because she has that luxury of making de Guzman chase. She doesn't have to give her anything good.
She pitches outside for ball 2. If you're Sarah Hartman, you would love to either get a strikeout or at least hit into a double play to end the inning.
For Hartman, I feel the double play is her best option here.
She gets ready for another pitch. And that is a called strike, strikeout, and the first strikeout for Sarah Hartman. That looked
way
inside. That was, I guess that hit right into the strike zone.
Left fielder, number 7.
Up next, left fielder Rachel Ogata. Up to hit again.
Man, real rough break for Laverne there. I'm not one to second guess an umpire, but that was definitely way inside.
Well, his view's definitely better than us as Hartman pitches, and there's a strike.
For Ogata, not only does she want to score the run here, but she wants to turn the lineup over to the leadoff hitter Condon here so she can get those big bats up, and she might just do it.
Pops that up into
Pops
that up for an out, and that'll retire the side and end the inning. So, at the end of the 4th inning, the score is Laverne Leopards 3, University of Chapman 2. You're watching SkyX Softball on LVTV 3, Laverne Community Television.
Were you born from 1945 to 1965? People born during these years are 5 times more likely to have hepatitis C. So even if you try to eat right, exercise, and take care of yourself, you could still have hepatitis C, a serious disease that's a leading cause of liver cancer. Everyone born 1945 to 65 should get a blood test for hepatitis C. Treatments can now cure this disease. Talk to your doctor about getting tested.
Welcome back to Campus West for this exciting doubleheader between the Laverne Leopards and the Chapman University Panthers. Laverne currently leads 3-2 as we get ready to start the top of the 5th inning.
Number 4, Morgan Gallegos.
As Morgan Gallegos steps up to the plate to begin the inning for Chapman. She has gone 0 for 1 thus far in this game. As Elisa Ponce with 69 pitches, 3 hits and 2 runs and 3 strikeouts, pitches. And that'll be low for ball 1. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be hit high into center field, and that is going to be a out as Carly Condon runs up and makes the grab.
Nice play by Condon there. That could be a really rough play. As you can see, all the defenders, the second baseman, the shortstop, and the center fielder are all crashing in on that ball, and communication is key.
Now batting number 6.
And the cloud cover that we're starting to see over Campus West is really helping out as well. The ball went high, fly, just floated up there, and Condon made the grab. There's a pitch.
Like I said, communication is key. If you don't have that communication, that ball drops right in the middle of the 3, which I like to call the Bermuda Triangle. Nobody catches it, and you just have egg on your face, and that runner's probably moving to second.
As Foisey up to bat, Michaela Foisey with 1 strike. Hit foul. As Elisa Ponce gets ready for her 72nd pitch of the game after facing 18 hitters thus far, only giving up 3 hits, so she's pitching a pretty good game.
Very good, if I say so myself. As Foisey strikes out, that is the 4th K for Ponce right there.
A high outside pitch ticked the bat. However, the ball went right into the glove of Angelica D'Angelo for the out.
That's a rough pitch to lay off because that high pitch looks so good. You feel like you could hit it all the way back to campus, about 3 or 4 blocks away, but in the end, you end up just whiffing and looking real bad at the plate.
As Geving swings on and misses for strike 1. There's a pitch, hits into third to first for the out.
Quick inning for the Leopards right there.
So a quick ending to the side. Fortunate for Laverne, unfortunate for Chapman. You are watching SkyX Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. As the Laverne offense that hasn't been as on fire as they typically are. They're averaging 1 run each inning thus far in this game. They get ready to take the field. As Carly Condon will be up to bat, going 1 for 2 thus far in this game.
I got to give a tip of the hat to Hartman. I mean, sure, she doesn't throw as hard as probably Ponce does, but her stuff is moving, and that makes it real rough for the Laverne hitters to get a good read on. You think it's going to go in one place, but it ends up in another, and you're just making weak contact or hitting it right to a defender.
Sarah Hartman has pitched 58 times, facing 18 batters. She's given up 7 hits, 3 runs, 1 strikeout thus far in this game. As she prepares to face off against Carly Condon. She completes her warm-up at the mound.
Condon, the table setter for this Laverne lineup, is looking to get on base and start another rally right here.
And Carly Condon is very dangerous when she gets a hit, if she gets on base. They use her quite a bit. To advance with her speed.
Very much so, Chris. She is a stolen base threat, as I said earlier. It is a tough task to keep her on first not stealing bases.
At her last at-bat, she bunted and was able to out-sprint the ball to get to first for the base hit.
Honestly, I wouldn't rule out another bunt here.
And that is a pitch to the outside for ball one. Carly Condon, junior outfielder from Santa Monica, California, gets ready for the pitch. Outside for ball two. Carly Condon, currently a major in business administration. Gets the pitch inside for a strike.
Looks like the ump's calling that inside pitch, so that's something to keep your eye out for the rest of the game. That inside pitch.
As Hartman gets ready for the next pitch. And Condon's going to hit that directly into the glove of the right fielder, and she's going to be thrown out at first.
Tough break for Condon for the second time today. That's probably the second time she's hit that ball super hard today, but it's found the mitt of a defender.
Great fielding by Kristen Weiser at third to throw that all the way to first.
Now batting.
And to outbeat
Shortstop, number 10,
Carly Condon in her speed.
Mendoza.
As Michaela Mendoza, shortstop, steps up to the plate. She's gone 0 for 1 in this game thus far. As Hartman pitches, and she's going to hit that into left. That's going to go along the foul line, and she's going to advance to second for the double play.
That ball was absolutely smoked, Chris. You can't hit a ball any harder than that. And great base running by Mendoza, turning that hard hits line drive into a double. I thought that was definitely going to be a single
Now
for sure.
batting, number 28.
There's a beautiful line drive to left as it went along the foul line, and she just able to out-sprint everyone to get to second for a nice double play. As Hartman pitches to Justice Borden, who swings on for the strike.
Borden is 1 for 2, looking to drive in that runner from second. Any ball, I feel, that hits the outfield, that runner is scoring, as Mendoza is quite the speedster herself.
The pitch, and that's going to be hit. Borden hits it to shortstop, and she's going to get called out. But Mendoza advances to third, and a wild throw allows Michaela Mendoza to advance all the way to home for the run.
That is just not smart softball from Chapman right there. Mendoza had that base by a country mile right there, but the first baseman has to know that. And you cannot rush throws to third base like that. Otherwise, that run will score every time on a bad throw.
And all they had to do was just hold Michaela Mendoza at second. As there's a ball. As Catherine Navarro, 2 for 2 on the day, ready to make a statement. And she's going to hit that into left field for the base hit.
Another hit for Navarro. She is on fire. She is 3 for 3 in this game and 6 for 7 overall today. So have yourself a day, Navarro.
2-out
rally here for Laverne. The bats are coming alive.
Catcher, number 24.
Angelica D'Angelo gets ready for another at-bat. She has gone 0 for 2 on the day. As Hartman trying to get out of this jam, pitches, and that is going to be a foul. Powerful swing by D'Angelo, but couldn't keep it within play.
Just a bit out front, and she didn't get it on that good part of the bat. She got it a little on the top. You want to hit it on that barrel. When you get it on that barrel, that ball is traveling. But otherwise, you hit a little weak roping line drive fly ball like she just did right there. D'Angelo steps back into the box.
As Hartman gets ready to pitch again to her. Right down the middle, and that's going to be hit into right center field as Navarro is going to advance all the way to third off of the single from Angelica D'Angelo.
As I was just saying, when you hit that ball off the end of the bat, usually it ends up in a weak fly ball. Sometimes that's not a detriment at all. When you hit it into that no man's land in the outfield, that is a hit every time. So sometimes you don't have to hit it hard to get a hit here.
The bats are coming alive for Laverne as Melissa Garcia steps up to the plate to try and bring Captain Navarro home. 2 outs. Here's a pitch. Outside, ball 1.
Timeout on the field, as it looks like the University of La Verne is about to make a change here.
So we wait and see what's going to come out of that.
And it looks like a pinch runner is coming out.
14 for 24.
So begin to put in Shelby Tevis. Tawny Mack, correction.
Tawny Mack.
Tawny Mack's usually a pitcher, but she will be pinch running here.
There's a pitch inside, ball 2. Kind of throws you off with these Laverne pink jerseys.
Yeah,
wearing different numbers than what you're used to seeing.
Yeah, it's just really different. It really throws you off for a while.
As Hartman gets ready for the pitch.
And Mack takes second on the stolen base. That's what happens when you don't pay attention to your runners.
She was able to, well, the catcher was able to hold Captain Navarro at third to prevent her from trying to run and scoring a run.
But with that, Laverne has 2 runners in scoring position here, looking to capitalize.
And that's going to be low. And now you got yourself an interesting situation. 2 outs, bases loaded, and here comes Sienna Kendricks, who has gone 2 for 2 on the day.
I have to say, that was a great block by the catcher Piccolo Laghi right there. If that ball gets away from her, that's an easy run right there. But with that block, that keeps the bases loaded and a chance for Chapman to get out of this jam. And it looks like Chapman is making a pitching change right here.
They bring in
Samantha Whalen is now pitching for Chapman. She has a 4.22 ERA. She is currently 2-3 in the win-loss category in 61 1/3 innings pitch. Looking to get out of this jam right here.
Never easy when you show up and got bases loaded.
Whalen has a little better stuff than Samantha Hartman did. She has 33 strikeouts, so
number 8, Samantha Whalen.
She may get out of this jam. You never know. She's had a solid season so far.
Samantha Whalen, she pitches and plays shortstop. A junior from Livermore, California, currently majoring in psychology. As she faces off against Sienna Kendricks, who has been hot thus far in this game.
2 for 2 today, as a matter of fact. Looking to drive in at least 2 with a ball in the gap.
And she's going to hit that into center field, and it's going to be caught for the out to end the inning. So,
what a play!
Despite bases loaded, Chapman able to pull out of this.
I gotta say, what a play right there. That was Willie Mays style right there. With the
so at the end of the 5th inning, the score is Laverne 4, Chapman 2. You're watching SkyX Softball on LVTV 3, Laverne Community Television.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
I got pregnant, and I was the main one working, so I did what I had to do to survive.
Sentía que la escuela no era para mí.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier.
My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off.
Sentí como que si quiero cambiar el mundo, tengo que cambiar a mí primero.
I could not have gotten my diploma without my family.
Mi consejera, ella fue lo máximo para mí porque me ayudó mucho con todo.
I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
Yeah, it's hard, but keep on going and keep on trying.
The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back to Campus West for Game 2 of this exciting softball doubleheader between the Laverne Leopards and the Chapman Panthers. Laverne currently leading 4-2 with 10 hits compared to Chapman's 3.
But it was a missed opportunity in that last inning. They had the bases absolutely loaded but could not capitalize. That is something that might come back to bite Laverne in the later innings as the ball goes up the middle for a single.
As Kristen Weiser gets a hit on Elisa Ponce to get the inning going for a nice base hit.
And for the fifth straight inning, Ponce has a runner on base to work with.
24, Hope Ballard.
As Hope Ballard gets ready to take the plate.
And now there's a conference on the mound, probably talking about defensive positioning here.
Lisa Ponce thus far has pitched 77 times. She's faced 21 batters. She's walked 1 hitter, struck out 4, given up 4 hits with 2 runs.
And a pinch runner is coming out for Chapman, and that is Christine Laverne.
Number 12, Christine Laverne.
Chapman trying to make something happen with adding a pinch runner, try and add more pressure to Laverne, and try and rally back and tie this game. As Hope Ballard takes her place in the box.
Ballard made that spectacular catch to end the inning, last inning.
Ball 1.
Looking to help her team out more so by moving that runner up or maybe scoring her here.
Hope Ballard, also a good base runner, was able to run from first base all the way to home to add another run for Chapman. As an attempted bunt, and that'll be called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. As Laverne infield really being aggressive, trying to prevent anyone from advancing. As Ponce gets ready for another pitch. There's a windup. Outside corner for strike 2.
Ponce's looking to get her 5th K of the day here. See what she does.
She's been able to get herself out of jams thus far in this game as she pitches outside for the strikeout.
And it's that pitch that the ump's been calling on that outside inside corner, depending if you're lefty or righty. It may not be a strike in my eyes, but the ump's been calling it, and both teams need to be aware of that.
He has really been unfriendly with that outside corner. What looks like it could be a ball turns into a strike as Samantha Tong comes up to bat.
However you spin it, that's the 5th K for Ponce right there, and the first out of the inning.
So that's ball 1. D'Angelo holds Laverde at first. As Ponce pitches, another ball. That was high and outside. High and inside.
Ponce at 81 pitches, but she's still looking good. That last pitch had some zip on it, so it looks like she's good to go for a while still.
And inside for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. As Ponce gets ready for another one. Low, strike 2. Samantha Tong has gone 0 for 2 thus far in this game. looking to change that and try to advance the runner.
Ooh, and that was a very close pitch. If I was the ump there, I would have rung her up because that is too close to take.
That was outside. That's the thing about those outside corners. As Tong is going to swing on that one for a foul. Full count, 1 out. Laverne currently leading 4-2 here at the top of the 6th inning in Game 2 of this exciting softball doubleheader.
Looking to finish off the sweep, may I add.
As Ponce gets ready for another pitch. And Tong's going to swing on that one. That's going to be a foul.
And it looks like somebody's going home with a nice souvenir.
Want to try and get that signed at the end of the game.
Maybe worth something someday. Who knows?
Full count. And Tong's going to hit that into left. And that's going to drop and caught for the out.
Just under that ball.
She was able to hit it hard, but not enough air to get under it as Rachel Ogata able to target it and make the grab for out number 2.
Vanessa Gillis.
Vanessa Gillis steps in. 1 for 2 today.
As Ponce gets ready for the pitch. Right down the middle for strike 1. So despite getting someone on base and despite even adding a pinch runner, Chapman has not been able to advance Laverne. As Laverne is going to go for the steal.
Oh, and
she's going to make it to second.
And luckily the runner does not advance on the bad throw into the outfield.
As Laverne outsprints the catcher as she gets to second base to steal the base and to put herself in scoring position.
I must say that Laverne is really playing with fire with their defense. They have not looked sharp today. They have already 3 errors.
And that's hit high into center field, short of center field for the grab, and that'll retire the side. You're watching SkyX Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. So another tough break for Chapman. They bring in the pinch runner. Laverne able to steal the base, but not able to get anything really out of it as they put up another goose egg in the 6th. And here comes the Laverne offense that has been very impressive in not only Game 1, but in Game 2, putting up 10 hits thus far.
The box score reads as this. Laverne is up with 4 runs, 10 hits, and 3 errors on the defensive side. But, hey, if you're winning, you're winning. But, hey, you got to watch that defense. Chapman has 2 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error, looking behind as they look to score and even the score up.
As Samantha Whalen gets ready to take the mound once again. She was able to get herself out of a bases loaded jam at the bottom of the 5th. Hoping to use that momentum to get herself through this inning without allowing a run. To leave it to the Chapman offense to try and tie it in the 7th inning. As Michelle de Guzman takes the plate. She's gone 0 for 2 thus far in this game. As Samantha Whalen takes her place at the mound and gets ready to pitch to de Guzman. Inside, strike 1.
De Guzman is a computer science major, and I think we need a lot of those because I can barely turn on my computer myself. How tech savvy are you, Chris?
I think I'm pretty tech savvy myself. As there's the pitch, right down the middle, hit foul. De Guzman, second baseman, trying to make something happen, trying to add another run to increase this lead against the Chapman Panthers. As Samantha Whalen pitches, and that's going to be hit to third and thrown out at first. 1 out.
Rachel Ogata is stepping into the box now.
Now batting for the Leopards, left fielder, number 7.
Nice little grounder to Vanessa Gillis, who was able to pick it up and throw it to Jordan Crone to get her out at first. Rachel Ogata gets ready. There's a pitch. Ogata was going to attempt a bunt, but pulled out of it for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. As Samantha Whalen gets ready for the 1-0 pitch. Inside, ball 2. That came very close to hitting Ogata.
It's not fun to get hit by the ball, Chris. I could tell you that firsthand when I played baseball. That leaves a nice bruise or welt afterwards. Don't rub it.
2-0 count, and that'll be a strike. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out for Rachel Ogata. Samantha Whalen pitches, and that's going to be hit right into the middle.
Akasu, right up the middle.
A nice grounder past the second baseman into the outfield for a base hit.
And for Ogata, that is her first hit of the day. As Carly Condon steps in.
Center fielder, number 1.
Carly Condon, 1 for 3.
Condon.
Her 1 hit was on a bunt where she was able to outrun the infield and get to first base. She's going to look to try and advance Rachel Ogata.
Although she is 1 for 3 today, she has hit the ball very hard. And as we said before, Condon is a speedster, and she is almost impossible to double off. So it would take a very, very hard hit grounder to double off both Ogata and Condon.
That first pitch went right down the middle for strike 1. So here's the 0-1 pitch. And Condon is going to hit that into center field, and it's going to be out. A nice grab by center fielder Hope Ballard.
2 away for Chapman now.
As Rachel Ogata remains at first base.
Number 10.
And Michaela Mendoza, 1 for 2 on the day, gets ready to take her place.
This is a big at-bat for Laverne because if Mendoza gets on here, we got your big boppers coming up in Borden and Navarro. So Mendoza really needs to find a way to get on base here.
Swung on, miss, and Ogata is going to advance to second base on the steal. So having faith, Rachel Ogata able to advance to second base. Knowing that Michaela Mendoza, her 1 hit of the game has been a double. So hoping to bring Ogata home on this pitch. High, ball 1.
And for Ogata, that is her 8th stolen base of the year. So she is doing very well in that category.
1 ball, 1 strike. That's going to be outside for a ball as they hold Ogata at second. 2-1 is the count. 2 outs here at the bottom of the 6th inning. Samantha Whalen pitches, and that's going to be hit, and that's going to bounce around and shortstop. And the call out.
Close play, but great defensive play by the shortstop there.
So at the end of the 6th inning, the score is Laverne 4, Chapman 2. You're watching SkyX Softball on LVTV 3, Laverne Community Television.
What could you lose in a home fire? Your possessions? Your home? Your memories? Don't let your world go up in smoke. Make sure you have working smoke alarms and keep children 3 feet away from anything that gets hot, because fire is everyone's fight.
Welcome back to Campus West as we get ready to begin the top of the 7th inning of this exciting softball doubleheader between the Laverne Leopards and the Chapman Panthers. Laverne currently leads 4-2 in what has been a dominant performance by this Laverne offense thus far, putting on 11 hits. Well, can Chapman come back and rally and tie the game here in the 7th?
Laverne's looking to close this game out real strong. They're leaving out their ace, Ellie Ponce, to finish this one. And it's not looking good for Chapman as they have the bottom of the order coming up. It's going to take a rally and a miracle to come back from this one.
As Jordan Crone takes the plate. Lisa Ponce, 91 pitches, 24 batters faced, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run, as 1 run was on an error, and 5 strikeouts. Pitching herself a gem. She gets ready for the pitch. Right down the middle, strike 1.
Crone is 1 for 2 today, looking to add another hit to her stat line here and get something started for Chapman.
1 strike. Here's the pitch. High and outside for ball 1. As Ponce gets ready for the 1-1 pitch. Here's the windup. It's going to be high for ball 2. You gotta wonder, can Chapman pull something off to try and rally back and tie this game, Tyler?
Well, the odds are not in their favor here as they have the bottom of the lineup up. But as you could say, anything is possible in softball.
That last pitch was hit foul and to the right. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the 7th inning. They wait for another ball. The umpire throws it to Ponce, and we're ready to go. Jordan Crone 1 for 2 on the game. Hoping to help rally her team back as Ponce gets ready for the 2-2 pitch. Low for ball 3, full count. Full count, no outs as Ponce pitches. And that's going to be hit into right field, off the wall. As Jordan Crone able to advance to second on a double play, a much needed double play.
And Chapman has life on that ball that was absolutely crushed by Crone.
It was a nice hit. Went directly into right field, dropped short, hit the wall, and that gave Crone all the time and space that she needed to advance to second base.
The tying run is now coming up to the plate for Chapman.
Lagi Picola, freshman catcher, steps up to the plate. She is 0 for 2 on this game thus far.
Actually, that is a pinch hitter, and that is...
And hitting for the Panthers, number 34, Sarah Takeda.
Sarah Takeda.
Sarah Takeda at the plate.
Inside, ball 1. So Chapman trying to use any bit of offense that they can find. As Takeda hits it foul. Sarah Takeda, senior infielder / pitcher from Redmond, Washington. Tries to help advance the runner as there's the pitch, and she's going to hit that. Looks like it bounced off the handle and one away as they throw her out at first.
That's super painful. She moved up the runner, but that does not feel good when you hit the ball off the handle like that. It feels like there's a bunch of bumblebees in your hands when you hit it like that.
It looked like she didn't mean to swing at it, but nonetheless, one away for Laverne. The ball just bounced off her handle, and she tried to out-sprint the infield, but they were able to get her out at first. But allowing Jordan Crone to advance to third. As Gallegos steps up to the plate. She's 0 for 2 on the day. Swung on and miss. Strike 1.
Ponce is looking to get her 5th complete game of the season here if she could finish off the last 2 outs here.
Ponce pitches number 100 on a bunt. And they get, she is safe at home. Morgan Gallegos able to advance herself to first and allow Jordan Crone with a dramatic finish there at home plate.
And another defensive lapse by the University of La Verne Leopards.
It was a very, very short bunt, and you see the La Verne defense group around the ball. But as they're watching the ball, Jordan Crone slips in for the run and allows Morgan Gallegos to advance to first.
That was a beautiful squeeze bunt put down right there, I must admit. That is a hard-to-execute play, and Chapman executed that perfectly, and the run scored. Now it looks like Laverne is in a little bit of hot water.
1 out. The score, Laverne 4, Chapman 3. Here at the top of the 7th. As Michaela Foisey steps up to the plate, the leadoff hitter. She's 0 for 3 on the game, hoping to change that and advance. Gallegos, as there's the strike. Chapman trying to keep this one close, trying to add another run to tie this. Laverne trying to end this in dramatic fashion. There's the pitch, foul.
Ponce is now over the 100 pitch mark right here. She is at 101, so watch for some signs of tiredness coming up.
She's given up 2 earned runs, 1 run being off of an error in this 4-3 contest. As Ponce pitches, another swing and foul.
Way to protect by Foisey.
Great way to stay alive. As Ponce gets ready for the 0-2 pitch to Michaela Foisey. There's the windup, right down the middle, high for ball 1. In this situation, you have to imagine that Lisa Ponce is feeling a little bit of pressure as she gets ready for the pitch, and that's going to be swung on foul again.
Foisey staying alive here, not making it easy for Ponce right here.
Ponce trying to get out of this inning, trying to end this game here with the pitch. And that's going to be swung, and that's going to be missed as the ball rolls and bounces around in center field as both runners are going to advance. A nice little double by Michaela Foisey to advance Morgan Gallegos to third. And we got ourselves an interesting situation now.
And Laverne's rough day on defense continues as another error really dampens their hopes right here.
A grounder that bounced around, that threw off the shortstop, Michaela Mendoza, and then bounces around in center field out of Carly Condon's glove. So there's the pitch, swung on and missed. 0-1. A base hit, anything into outfield is going to advance the runner and tie this game, Tyler.
Very much so, Chris.
There's a swing on, foul, strike 2.
And the heart of the Chapman lineup is coming up real soon, so this might get pretty interesting real quick.
Lisa Ponce tries to get out of this jam with the pitch. Outside, ball 1.
I gotta say, Ponce got squeezed on that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 2 runners in scoring position as Ponce pitches, and that's going to be hit foul. The score, Laverne 4, Chapman 3 here at the top of the 7th inning. Chapman trying to stay alive, trying to rally as Ponce pitches. Swung on and a miss.
And that is big for Laverne.
2 away on the strikeout. That is Elisa Ponce's 6th strikeout of the game off of 107 pitches.
Number 30.
And Laverne is 1 out away from finishing Chapman once and for all, but They're at the 3 spot in the lineup, which is where they're usually their best hitter is. Strike one.
Swung on. Strike one. As Ponce tries to end this inning, trying to end all hopes for Chapman to come back. And there's a timeout. As the pitch goes right down the middle and a swung on and miss for a nice strikeout.
Looks like Ponce is using everything she has left in the tank right here. This is put up or shut up time right here.
It's Kristen Weiser, who had a nice hit at her last at-bat, trying to bring home one of these runners. As Ponce gets ready for the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be hit in the first.
And that's the game.
And just like that, Laverne just snatches all hope away from Chapman University to take game 2, 4-3. Laverne, 11 hits compared to Chapman's 6 hits, but there were 4 errors for Laverne compared to Chapman's 1.
Laverne managed to squeak through with a win here, but there is many things that they need to work on here. They won in spite of that awful defense that they played today, but the bats were alive today for Laverne, and that's what really bailed them out, and a strong pitching performance from Ponce here today.
Ponce pitched 1 gem. She's able to get 6 strikeouts on over 100+ pitches. Catherine Navarro, a notable player, with 3 hits. Sienna Kendricks with 2 out of 3. Those bats really came alive later in the game to really help Laverne seal the deal. And it ends here in dramatic fashion.
Most definitely, Chris. It was the bats that really bailed out the defense today, and if it wasn't for them, we might be singing a different tune right now.
We could have been going into the bottom of the 7th. It was a nice little hit, a nice grounder to first that ended Chapman's hopes.
I must say, though, Chapman put up quite the fight. When it looked like they were down and out, they managed to put something together and almost come back and tie this ball game up.
But at the end of the day, Laverne can be very happy to leave with another victory to sweep today's series 2-0. As the final score of today's game, Laverne 4, Chapman Panthers 3. This is Christopher Livingston with Tyler Batrick. You're watching SkyX Softball on LVTV 3, Laverne Community Television.
Have a great rest of your day, everybody.